Hey y'all, it's Yun. I hope you're having a great day today. I'm going to be taking a look at an abandoned property. And when I say property, it's because there's multiple different things on this particular about 2-acre lot. There's an abandoned house, a couple abandoned outbuildings, an old ruined structure in the back, and there's actually, if you go across it, a abandoned mobile home as well. So we're going to take a look at some of these various places. So what's funny is I'm in Greenville County, actually right up against a pretty significant secondary road, so you're going to hear lots of traffic going by. I used to live close to here, so I drove past this place many times when it was still not abandoned, and it's really decayed fast, at surprising speed. I'm not sure exactly what happened with that. But here's one of the outbuildings. You can see it's been gone through. And I'll tell you right away that this place was, for a while, well, not this building, but the main building, was a meeting place for a Presbyterian church. And if you look, you can see a Presbyterian hymnal or two on the floor and some more. Oh, there's a box of them that look like they're almost in pristine condition. So that's fun. I don't know specifically what happened here. I guess that they decided to sell the property to someone else. This, again, about 2-acre lot is being sold, from what I can tell, it's being sold entirely for its property value because it's in an area where everything is expanding rapidly and the properties themselves can be worth upwards of $500,000, depending on how much space you have. And the house itself is kind of small and old and run down, but they got lots of property here. You could make a small subdivision or a group of townhomes if you wanted on this property and sell it for a whole lot more than it was worth as a house and independent lands. The main corner of everything is located over there, and you can see it's wild Bradford pear trees growing up. Wonders that they are. I like the look of the vines growing across the top of this building here, well, around the sides of it. So what's funny, and you can see if you look very carefully, all these bottle caps here. This building, the last time I came here several months ago, and I came by and took pictures of it, this building was filled with old glass bottles for soda. And I shared a photo of that on some social media platforms. But yeah, it was just filled with that. And it looks like somebody must have found out and come by and looted it. And before we go inside, you can see a trash pile back here. Looks like mattress springs. Yeah, I gotta watch my footsteps here. Broken dishes. Lots of stuff destroyed, but yeah, some mattress springs, various parts, and an old playground back there. And you can see a well cover right there. And if you look back, you can see the structure that we're going to look at in the back in a little while. There was some fencing here previously. Again, I'm not sure exactly what happened. I'm guessing somebody bought this place for the property value and just decided to ignore the rest of it. Chairs that have been kicked off the side. Before we go through here, we're going to go around to the front. Looks like somebody pulled out all the metering equipment. The windows are broken, at least one boarded up. It's a nice little house. I really, I like it. You drove past it all the time. That's how I know it was a Presbyterian church, is they had signs up for some of the stuff that they did. One that stood out to me was that they did baptisms for pets. Don't ask me, I don't understand. I just know that's what they advertised. So it looks like there was, I got some brickwork here. So it looks like there was maybe a planter right here. Yeah, you can see the edge of it a little bit. So planters here. All right. And I already took a walk through just in case, because the last time I came here, I didn't do a video, I just did photos. But one of the things I discovered was that there was a bird nesting in here, so I walked into one of the rooms and got assaulted. Thankfully, I didn't get hurt, just the bird really wanted me to leave. So it kept going after my head until I got out, and that's actually the room that's right there. We'll see the nest in a moment. But this place has been picked pretty clean. Looks like they made a little room here out of what would have been the garage originally, because that's the only reason I can think of for the brickwork to be that bad, is that they bricked in the back of this that had been a garage previously, because that brickwork is definitely not as good. I mean, it looks like it's the same pattern of brick, but it's not great. All right, walking through into the kitchen. And again, it's been gutted and anything of value's gone out of it. But I mean, you can see the old junction box. Looks like it had the tubes in it, so the wiring's obviously pretty old, and looks like this is the water heater. Yeah. Okay. And wiring. Bookshelf that was left, but even the interior walls, I don't know if they were maybe valuable or if they've been prepping this place to tear it down. It's been like this for several months where it's been in this half destroyed condition, so I don't know if they're plotting to tear it down or what. So the last time I was in here, I didn't get a chance to look because the bird just kept hitting my head, but there's the nest that was in this room. Stone fireplace. And venting, the whole floor and venting. In case you were wondering, this is a veneer on the floor. Not anything special. Moving our way towards the front door, you can see the ventilation system there. And a little front porch area where they've cut off the railings. And it stretches along the front of the house here. Whew, almost walked right into that spider web. I don't want to do that. I hate spider webs. Okay, so down into the crawl space. I'm going to be careful walking around that. Looks like a toolbox or stepping stool. It's purple. Little coat closet. I don't know. Looks like someone may have been staying here for a little bit, or may have been cooking something here. Mattress. Way through a little closet there, into the crawl space. And the window's half gone. I've been being very careful. The flooring is mostly good, but I don't want to take that for granted. Fixtures. Still a mirror here. That railing there, I would say, would probably mean that someone elderly lived here. Have that installed for their protection. And the walls are not in the best of shape. Just random things in here. It's a nice little house. So, way into the ductwork there. I found it funny the last time I came through here, seeing the good housekeeping in the middle of a trashed house. And part of what you can see is that there's been a whole bunch of stuff just pulled out and dumped here in the back. And again, that may be part of the deconstruction process, as they took anything that was left in here, which I see several different baby items. CD. I guess maybe they just pulled it all out and dumped it back here and then just kind of left it. And the window that was here / door is gone. Way up into the ceiling. So that's a house itself. I'm going to walk out through the front door. And then we're going to go back to the building structure that is in the back. And they have, looks like they got wide pavers here to put down. Alright, see y'all in just a moment. Before I manage to forget, here is going along the front outside of the house. It's a very nice little house. Not too big. The roof itself is, you can see a little buckling there underneath, but it doesn't look like it's in that bad of shape. And we'll take a look around the side here that we didn't already see. Yeah, from the look of the crawl space, someone's been through there, probably pulled out stuff. You can see the temporary or the more modern ductwork, but probably someone looted everything that was of value out of that. Not the most pleasant thing. All right, we're gonna go back to the back of the property and take a look at the old structure back there. I am pretty happy with the fact that I wore jeans today, because the amount of briars in this little field back here is very high. And this would be very painful for me if I weren't wearing something more substantial than my usual shorts at this time of year. All right, so I'm going to tell you I'm going to be very careful here because there's lots of debris from this building out here. The last time I came here, I climbed up to get a better view and I stepped right onto a nail. Now, thankfully, my shoes took care of the nail before it got through to my foot, but it poked right through a little bit. Didn't hurt me, but it was concerning because of how big it was. So some pieces of metal, construction material here, some walls. And it looks like some corrugated materials that were used on the outside of the building. So yeah, I walked metal. I'm not going to go too much into this building. I don't know what it is. I don't want to mess with anything inside of it. Looks like whatever was here, a lot of the flooring is gone now. There's an old door. It's metal. And the cinder block outsides and decks. I might be able to go a little bit farther into this. I just don't want to meet another nail. I actually have new shoes now, which I don't want to put a hole in them. So here's, looks like a Lincoln log. Huh. It's also kind of shaped like a telephone pole. You can see drawers here for a refrigerator. Okay. Not gonna step on another nail. Again, yeah, that was a nice doorway that they got. All right. Well, this is farther than I went last time. I want to see how much I can get into this here. Some stonework, some boards. Let's see what we can see. Ooh, yeah, that's not pleasant. Okay, so this looks like it's an old barn, and you got some really nice briars growing up through here. Oh, okay. So it looks like this was an enclosed garden area. At least that's what I see. Is there's areas for animals, but also, oh, maybe it's hay for feeding? I guess maybe that's what it is, was this for holding horses. Now, right behind us here, if you go back just through those trees, are some neighborhoods. Some reasonably new and decent quality neighborhoods. You can tell this thing's been growing for a while with how thick it is. But I'm guessing, you can see subdivision right through the trees over there. So it's entirely possible that this property was once used for something else, but is now, due to its enclosed nature, no longer going to be used for that, since houses have sprung up all around it. Let's see if we get a slightly better view over here. Walking carefully through this mess. The cinder blocks are a little bit loose. I gotta be careful about that. So you can see down there some piping for stuff. So right about here, last time is where I had a run-in with that nail. So be careful. An old shed here, and again, this place is, you know, even the wooden timbers for the roofing are coming down now because of how old it is. Oh, okay, so there we go. Didn't even look at that. In the middle of it is our Lincoln log that would have supported the roof of this place. And in a minute, I'm going to find my way across to that mobile home that's also on this land. See if you can take a look at that. For our last little stop on today's expedition, we have this nice little mobile home that's located at the back of the same property. And I had driven past this a couple times and thought about it and thought to myself, well, I don't know, does somebody live in there? It's entirely possible. But the thing is, yeah, I mean, it does look a little run down, but there are mobile homes that look like that sometimes. I thought maybe it's possible someone still lives here, so maybe I shouldn't go there. But that's when I noticed semi-recently, yeah, definitely no one's living here because it's been burned out. And if you want to see what I mean, you can look at that. I'd say it's fairly obvious to me that there was some burning in here and it wasn't just becoming dilapidated. Even though in theory this could be one of the ones that was hit by the tornado that came through here a couple years ago. Could have taken off part of the roof. I mean, you can tell it's been here for a while because, yeah, there's trees growing inside. And just to be clear, they're not growing up from the bottom. They're growing up on the floor on the inside. So the inside of this has been damaged enough with enough debris that it's leading it to grow stuff inside. And yeah, the roof's missing. I mean, not just stripped off like you saw earlier, but totally gone in the back. Now, I am not going to try and enter this thing at all, which means we're going to be limited in what we can see, but it is rough. Top window there for lighting, and the gauge is, it's not even full gauge, just empty. Yeah, this place got hammered quite nicely. Yeah, that's where the air conditioning and heat ran in, and you can see connectors to it back. So yeah, that's our little mobile home at the back of the property. On our way out, I'll walk over, show you the, looks like collapsed carport that was over here. It's separate, but it's laying flat. So there's this as well. And again, this is this property sits on a corner between two secondary roads. And this corner gets lots of traffic, which is why this property is probably being sold for a prime. Yep. Nice corrugated metal, looks like Carport. All right, well, thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed our little exploration of this property, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you for taking the time to watch my video today. I appreciate it. I did notice that there was a continuous issue of my finger being in the frame of the video, for which I apologize. I'm really sorry that I had that problem throughout. As much as I'd love to re-record this, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do so since I took this video in July of last year, and since that point in time, the house itself has been torn down. So this video in many ways is going to be unique because it's a unique place that doesn't exist anymore. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch today.